Hi everybody, welcome back to Designs by Dylan. Happy spring. Hope you guys had an amazing Christmas, but girl, it is time to get into the spirit of Easter. So on today's video, I'm going to show you how to complete from start to finish a fabulous Easter tablescape. There's so many different ways, so many different things you can place on your table to give you elevation, to give you color, to give you length. But today, I'm going to show you how you can take things that maybe you have left over from the fall season and incorporate those into your spring table. So sit back, honey, get a drink, and let's have a good time. So the first thing you want to do, guys, on today's video or on today's project is, girl, you want to clear off your table. Now I had this thing spotless, but one of the things we're going to use today is this decorative moss. Therefore, it's kind of got everywhere. So make sure you get your vacuum ready. But I'm going to show you how you can repurpose something left over from the fall and Halloween season. So this is just your typical hay bale. You can purchase this at Walmart, at Hobby Lobby, maybe even at the dollar store, and it comes with plastic on it. So I always leave the plastic on it because if you take that off, you're gonna have hay everywhere. And then I went to the craft store and I purchased this fabulous moss runner. You can buy this in a roll and cut it to the length that you need. So what I'm gonna do is actually turn that upside down, and I'm gonna place this piece of hay bale right in the center of this. And then you're basically gonna wrap it up like you use a present. So we're going to take some greening pins, which are little pins you can buy in the craft store, and we're actually going to just roll this with the moss. And then where you want this to connect, you're actually going to take those greening pins and just attach them by sticking them right there into the hay, which makes it so much easier. So I'm going to put about 2 to 3 on the back side here. And then we're going to fold the ends up just like you would make a present as well. So I'm going to push the ends in, pull the top down, and again, use those same pins to attach that moss. And the reason that we're doing this is to create elevation on our table. One thing I don't ever want to run into is something being all the same length or the same width. So by using this hay bale and putting the moss over it, it's going to create a great inexpensive platform to raise anything that you want to. In this case, it's going to be rabbits. Alright, and just like that, we've taken that hay bale that was so inexpensive. You can always purchase those all year round or after the season for nothing at all. I covered it with the moss, and this is going to go right in the center of my table to elevate my rabbits. So now that we have our table cleared off, we have our moss ready to go, our platform, I just took a runner. You can buy these at any store, guys, and you can use one that matches your colors. But this one is so cute for Easter. It's got burlap on the base and it's got a beautiful little rabbit scene at the end. So what I'm going to do is to start this project off, I'm going to take this runner and I'm just going to place it going down my table right there in the center. This is what's going to give us a base, and it's going to hold all of our florals and our candles and our other fun ingredients that we're going to add into today's project. So now that you have your runner down, your moss is ready, girl, let's get into some florals. So now that I have my beautiful runner laid out on the table, we want to get going on our greenery. So the greenery that I chose for this particular project is going to be some silver dollar eucalyptus. It's very popular right now within the spring and wedding seasons, girl. You might even have got some for Valentine's Day. And I love it because of the texture, the width, the length of it, and it's great for a base or a foundation for your tablescape. So I've got 4 stems of it here, and actually instead of cutting these, instead of placing them into foam, I'm actually going to lay them and then layer them, the 2 L's, honey, on the table. So I'm going to take the first one and just kind of lay it in place. And the second stem that you add, you want to put it just a little bit further in. But at the same time, you want all the stems to be going the same direction. So now I'm going to do that on both ends. You can weave the stems up into each other, and then once they're on the table, you want to come through here and fluff them out. You don't want anything to look like it's been packaged or stuck in a box with the Added Girl for years. So I'm going through here. I'm just going to weave these together. And again, you want to keep the stems right there in the center. The reason we're leaving this place in the center is for that hay bale that we covered in moss. That's going to make a great focal point and a platform for the bunnies that we're going to add on this particular table. Now that we have the beautiful silver dollar eucalyptus laid on our table, let's continue layering. So I want to add a little bit of color, and if you're probably wondering, Dylan, why in the world are you choosing these colors? If you look closely on the runner, which you'll see in just a little bit, the rabbits that are at the end of the centerpiece have pink in their ears. So I found this beautiful vine here. Honey, you could beat your kids with it, or your husband, or you could lay it on the table like we're going to do today. So I love a vine because it gives it more of a natural woodsy look, and because of the burlap touches on the runner, I wanted to add this in. We're going to take this and we're going to layer this in as well. So we're going to come up in between that beautiful eucalyptus. Once you get it in there, you want to come through here and position this the same way. So I've got 2 of these stems, 1 for each side. So now I'm going to come to the opposite side, add that in there. And don't forget guys, once you get everything on the table, you want to make sure you come back through here and combine it so that it looks like it goes together. Now that we have the pink on there and our silver dollar eucalyptus, I think we need a little bit of purple. The great thing about Easter is pastels really go with anything. So I'm going to take a little bit of lavender, which is great for farmhouse or for Easter decor, and add that next into my centerpiece. So now I'm going to add my purple lavender into the centerpiece, and again, leave your stems long and just take these and weave them throughout what you already have. And again, once you get them in there, look how pretty this is looking already. Oh my God. And you can come through, just blend everything together or layer it if you will. And again, you're keeping that space in the center because we're going to go back and we're going to add that really cool platform that we created by using that hay bale. So I'm just going to come through, fluff these out, and it's going to be a perfect base or a great foundation for what we're going to add next. Remember this? Okay, we did this at the beginning of the video. So now we're going to take this and we're going to place it right here behind where all those stems come together. And again, this is going to be your focal point. If you remember in my Christmas home tour, you will notice I had a Santa in the middle of the table. The reason I chose that is because of height. But the bunnies that I want to use today are a little bit too short, so to create a perfect platform that's so inexpensive, something I repurposed and reused from the past season, I used the hay bale. This will be perfect. So I'm going to put that right there, and now I'm going to grab my bunnies and get those right there on display. All right guys, look how cute these bunnies are. Okay, y'all know I'm a Santa person, a Christmas freak, but right under Christmas is Easter for me. Josh makes fun of me all the time because you'll probably notice later in this video, the big old bunnies in the corner, they freak me out sometimes. I think there's people standing there. But I chose these fabulous wicker bunnies. Of course, we got the boy and girl, Jack and Jill Honey, and we've got their little daughter here. How you doing? And the reason I chose these is because they're lightweight, because of the texture in the wicker, it goes well with that burlap runner that we chose. And they're lightweight, like I said. So if you put these on the table and God forbid your dog comes through, like mine would, or you have a friend that has maybe too much wine, honey, and she knocks one off, it's not gonna break and it can actually sit right there on the platform. So I'm gonna take these and position them right up here on top of that platform I created with the hay bale. Kind of pull and shape their ears up there. Don't pull too hard now, girl. I did one time, broke off, had an amputation. So just pull them apart, get those kind of positioned. And now we're gonna take their little daughter. She said she was gonna be good. And we're gonna put her right there in the center to hide those stems. Now, if that ain't good enough, I've got 2 small pieces here of lavender. These are shorter bushes. And this is what we're gonna use in the center to hide those stems. So we're actually just gonna take these and kind of put this on each side of that rabbit, just like so. And once you get them in there, you're gonna have to kind of pull them around to get everything in the perfect order. And now you've got that perfect base. You've got your rabbits on display, honey, up there on that foundation or that platform, and then you have the little girl right there in the front. So what I think we need to do now is give us a little bit of light and some more dimension. So what I'm gonna do is reuse again some battery operated candles I had left over from the holiday season, put those on some platforms and incorporate those now into the stems that we laid on the table for our base. All right, so I went and grabbed me some battery operated candles and I chose 2 sizes, a little bit of a taller one and a little bit of a shorter one. So to make these even more dimensional on my table, what I'm gonna do is just take 2 small candle holders. Now, I just chose the galvanized because again, it goes great with the theme and the base that we're using. It's great for farmhouse, and you can almost use this with anything. It's almost like a neutral. So what we're gonna do is take this base and we're gonna intertwine it now into the stems. So come through here and get those on your table where you want. And I'm gonna try and do these as symmetric as possible on each side. So if I look, they're about 2 inches or so away from that base. So now I'm gonna come over here on this side and try and do the exact same thing. And to keep those from falling over, those stems are on top of that base down there, so it makes it more secure. And once you get those on there, we're gonna take our tall candles, put those on just like so. And now we're gonna take the small candles and actually just set those on the table right down here at the end, in between all of that beautiful greenery and floral that we added. Now girl, this is looking good already. I'm getting excited, but one more thing we need to add to really set this off is of course our dishes. So I've got 3 separate plates that I'm gonna piece together to create a beautiful little focal point right there where everyone sits at the table. Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite things, which is dishes. I kind of have an obsession with a lot of things, but I really like dishes. So I want to start with a charger plate. This is something you can keep on hand, you can use all year round. And I love this because it's like a antique distressed blue, which is perfect for Easter, but you could also use this for maybe 4th of July or for spring period. So to do the plates, I've got the blue in here, and then I needed something that really matched well with it. So look how cute this is. Everything's got moss on it. That thing makes a mess, but it's so cute. So I love this plaid for Christmas, plaid for fall, plaid for spring. And it's got the blue already in there. So you can see as you layer these together how well they match with each other. Then we're gonna take a decorative plate of your choice, which I love a little bunny, y'all know. So I found these bunny plates with little flowers behind them, which also matches the colors and the florals that I chose for my table. And once you put that on there, look how cute, girl. Okay, so now we're gonna take these and we're going to layer them, and then you're gonna piece these on the table where you're gonna put them. Take these and put them right here on each side. And you're probably wondering, Dylan, why don't you have any plates for the end of the table? I chose to use only 4 place settings today because I have the beautiful rabbits on the runner at the end of the table. And I want to make sure when someone comes in and looks at my table, they see those rabbits, and if you put a plate on top, it kind of hides it. So that's why I've chosen to do 4 place settings. The great and best part about this whole ordeal is that it is so easy to disassemble and put back together. So the centerpiece is long and narrow enough where you can actually still have dinner here. You can see your neighbor across the street from you or across the view from you, and you don't have to move anything. But say you're having a game night or something like that, you can always just take the candles off and you can lift the runner, leave the florals together, place it back on, and then you're good to go. Okay, so now that we've completed our table, let's talk about another one of my favorite things, which is accents, girl. So this is Roger, or maybe it's Peter. Oh, I can't remember, girl, but anyway, I love bunnies, okay? Y'all remember I had that huge Santa for Christmas up there about to jump on my bookcase. So I found these really cute rabbits. They have bendable, posable ears, and they have these chalkboards. My friend Katie had said it scares her. She thinks it's an axe. I'm like, girl, you've been drinking too much. But I love these because you can personalize them. You can put your family name on there. But actually, I think I'm gonna put Josh and Dylan on one. I think Josh is gonna be the girl, and I'm gonna be the little boy over here, Peter. So anyway, I've got these on each side. This is where I had Christmas trees, if you remember my tour before. So I put one on each side to really accent and just kind of embellish this area back behind my table. So another thing that I love about my dining room, guys, is I have my curtain panels on each side of the window. So it leaves a blank space in the center, and it's a great way to embellish or incorporate your holiday wreath designs. So I've taken a beautiful spring wreath that I created in Dylan's Divas monthly design group, and I've just hung it from a decorative piece of ribbon right here on my window in between the panels, which gives a great base or backing for the beautiful tablescape that I created. I also want to talk about these weeds, honey. Now Josh hates this, but you know what? We got to compromise somewhere. I love a chandelier and I love to decorate it. So what I did is I actually just took a greenery garland of your choice. You can use anything that you want. And I placed it up in the bottom of my chandelier. And I let a few pieces kind of cascade down to hang over my beautiful tablescape. Wisteria would be something beautiful if you wanted color to add up there or something like that. And then I took another one. I took her sister, honey. I took her sister and put her up there at the very top, and she's kind of nested up there in the greenery. So now I have the rabbits on each side. I have this beautiful little chandelier moment going on. I've got the wreath in the background, which gives it a great background for the tablescape. And of course, the best part about our centerpiece is it's for day and night. So you have the beautiful florals, which is pretty throughout the day, but then at night to really embellish and accent it, you've got the beautiful lighted candles that are left over from the following season. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's fabulous video on this spring tablescape. And remember, make sure you like my Facebook page, Designs by Dylan, and I challenge you to create and design and put your perspective on your table at your home. Make sure you tag me in your photos. I love to see everybody's creativity and what they come up with, because everyone's just completely different, and I get inspired by checking out all of your work from everyone who watches the videos. Don't forget, guys, I have a monthly design group, Dylan's Divas, so if you'd like to find out how to do this in more in-depth florals, such as the wreath behind me, make sure you get on Facebook or my website, dylanpalmerdesigns.com, and check out the information about my monthly design group. I give 2 to 3 live video demonstrations per week for you guys that are in depth. I give you live Q&As, vendor discounts and information, and I also give you one pre-recorded produced tutorial per month that Philip does here himself. So I'm very excited about this spring season, so check that out, guys. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button at the top to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Any questions or comments you guys have throughout anything that I do, not just on YouTube, but on Facebook as well, make sure y'all leave those in the comment section. I love to hear your feedback, and I'll be sure to go back and answer those questions, and as always, help you in any way that I can. Don't forget to hit that little bell at the top too, girl. Ding dong, that's gonna give you an alert every time I post something or post content and material on YouTube. It's going to send you an alert and let you know that it's there. But I hope you guys have a fabulous spring, and I can't wait to see you on our next YouTube video here on Designs by Dylan. Still, get down, get down, get down. So I always leave the plastic on it because if you take that off, you're gonna have hay everywhere. And then all I went and okay, we're gonna stop it. I have hay everywhere. You don't always have to do that. So if you, okay. Space that we're leaving right there in the center, you wanna remember we have that piece of, what is wrong with me today? What is that called? Hay bale, okay. Where was I at?
Do you want to lay them out?
Okay. So we're actually going to take this and combine everything. You want to look like, you want to make this, oh my Lord. I need a shot of vodka or something. Fluff it out. You want it to appear, oh my God. Still, go lay down.
I know, I was like, she's like,
Okay.
I'm out of here, and then she come back in.
Okay.